Model 2 is coded to the personal DNA of the judge using the weapon via the skin's contact with the grip. A failsafe.
Smart guns. Smart guns have attempted to enter the firearms market in America since the 1990s. The concept is that to enable a gun to be fired, it would need to be unlocked by a sensor using, for example, a radio signal, magnet, or biometrics like fingerprints. On film, these weapons have made for some pretty cool science fiction firearms, used by the likes of Judge Dredd and even 007 on more than one occasion.
Author PPKS 9mm short. There's a microdermal sensor in the grip. It's been coded to your palm print so only you can fire it.
The development of these guns has been slow, however, despite rapid advancements in biometrics, likely to dominate most things in the near future. This is in part because a New Jersey law in 2002 attempted to ban the sale of all but smart handguns in the state once they were commercially available. Ultimately, this law wouldn't hold up, though it still requires that a smart gun, if available, has to be displayed in a gun store. Naturally, these laws saw significant pushback by gun lobby groups, who rallied against the sale of any smart weapons in the US, fearing an increase in government monitoring or even the ability to remotely control a firearm.
Judge this! Lawgiver, man! Don't! They're booby trapped!
One smart gun that did have a small presence in the United States was the Armotix IP-1, a .22 caliber pistol. It used a radio signal linked to a watch, but suffered from reliability issues. The gun could be fired by another person if they were close enough to the watch. It was also easy to disable the safety mechanism.
This is getting boring. Hey, okay, so what's the tab? Come on. How much is this going to cost me? You name your price.
Biometrics also present several reliability issues. Fingerprints, for example, don't always read in dirty or wet conditions, or while a user is wearing gloves. A user may also need to fire their weapon from their offhand. Arguably the biggest issue for any smart gun would be the potential to run out of battery power, not something a police officer would want to worry about in a firefight.
The LED indicator will begin to blink in red when it's time to change the battery.
It is also hard to determine if this type of locking mechanism would save lives at home. It is statistically true that guns kept at home are more likely to injure someone living in the home than otherwise. However, the highest percentage of these injuries and death comes from suicide, which is not likely to be prevented by a smart gun any different from properly stored firearms. In fact, the vast majority of firearm accidents come from careless gun owners who already did not practice safe weapon storage. These people would likely be the last type of people to buy a biometric gun.
Sentence, 2 years ISO cubes.
No, don't tell me, tell Control.
Altercations involving firearms being taken from an individual or police officer and used against them are a different concern. This does happen. However, the benefits of a smart gun must be weighed against the risk to the public, making a police officer's gun potentially less reliable. Resources and time must also be considered. These devices cost money and require servicing. These resources might be better spent on increased and proven weapon retention training. Modern holsters already give some advantage to police officers in weapon retention, requiring an unnatural draw for anyone attempting to steal a pistol.
Motherfucker, you're gonna get it! God damn it! Get it! Alright, stop action.
Technology always has a place in protection and safety. However, it rarely trumps practical proven methods and, most importantly, training. Body cameras, for example, which cost thousands in yearly data services, though useful, have not proven a decrease in police using force during an arrest. Contrast this with secondary education. According to a Michigan State University study, police with a secondary education have a 40% reduction in using force during arrests, in part due to better communication skills.
They can't kick you off the force, Frank. It's just not fair.
I know, Ed. Life isn't always fair. Just think the next time I shoot someone, I could be arrested.
Alright, I'm Johnny. Thanks for watching this little brief on smart guns. I hope you have a nice rest of your day.
Yours, if you graduate.